Let's talk anime. Hello and welcome to Brandon's Discuss Anime, the Reckless Amoeba podcast. I am your host, Brandon Horvath, and with me are my good friends, Brandon Falinger.
You are boy. If that isn't enough of a reference for when this is coming out.
Oh. Maybe.
Everybody loves God of War 4.
Oh, okay. I don't play God of War 4, so I did not get that reference at all.
Literally half the game is just him yelling at his son, calling him boy. There's like montages of it on YouTube. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna have to check that out. And also with us is Ryan Stokill.
I feel strange.
How so?
Is it because you have a working computer now?
No. I think I was being banished by Thanos, so no.
Oh, right. That's a thing that came out.
I haven't watched it yet.
Neither have I. I don't know if I plan to. I think I might just wait until the second one comes out and just spam through it, because I know it's a two-parter.
I'm not sure if it's as much of a two-parter as initially planned, because they got rid of Infinity War Part 2 and is now calling it, like, Untitled Avengers 4 now, so...
It's still a Part 2, from what I understand.
Okay.
Did you guys
it's just under a different title.
see the, oh my god, why did I just blank? Oh my god.
Welcome to my world.
Literally, I just had his name in my head. It was Don Cheadle and Mark Ruffalo at an interview, and he spoils this. I think he's talking about this movie and then the last movie, Infinity War 2. And Don Cheadle is just like, dude, like they're sitting there talking to the reporter, and he's like, what the hell? He's like, he like tries to freaking back out what he said. But
backpedal hard.
Yeah. And it was only like within 30 seconds. Like the whole video is 30 seconds long. From what I saw.
Who knows how much rewriting had to be done to fix that?
So, speaking about shocking revelations, did you hear the shocking revelation from Game Freak?
No. Are they still a company?
Yes.
Yes.
Pikachu is not a mouse.
Yes.
He is a squirrel.
I mean, I can buy it. However, the ears tend to disagree. Especially when you look at a more recent Pokemon like Pachirisu, which is just straight up a squirrel.
Yeah, but it's floating around the internet that Pikachu was originally based on a squirrel, not a mouse. Why?
I mean, originally, sure, but it still comes up as the mouse Pokemon.
And because Chu is the onomatopoeia for mouse in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And because squirrels don't make much noise besides, like, chittering or something, Japanese, you really don't have onomatopoeia for squirrels.
This is true. I assume. I assume it's true. Oh, I mean, the first Pokemon I think was supposed to be Rhydon? It's why it's in all those statues on, like, blue and yellow and, green, or blue/green, and yellow and red. Like, it was one of the first one designed. But to figure out Pikachu was originally based on a squirrel? Okay. That doesn't really change much about it as far as I'm concerned at this point.
Yeah, I just brought it up because it's all over the internet right now on many gaming and Japan-based websites.
I mean, it's interesting, but it's not, like, it doesn't change anything in the now, so I don't know why anybody would make a huge deal out of it.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, why wasn't it brought up, like, 5-10 years earlier when Pokemon was bigger? Not saying it's not big now?
I mean, I don't think it's even... I think it's been growing still.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure that brand hasn't gone down much, if at all, over the years. And I think it's been growing.
Growing.
Go ahead.
I don't know, like, people from our generation are having kids.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still fans.
Yeah,
And you introduce them to it again, and because now there's going to be even more people.
Pokemon is just like a Katamari. Keeps growing bigger.
Yeah, I think they're the second biggest brand in the world. I forget which one is the biggest.
Holy craps, really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Let me see here. Let me see if I can actually figure that out. List. Yeah, here we go. List of highest grossing media franchise. Actually, it is the biggest. It beats out Star Wars.
What?
It beats out Star Wars. It's 53.49 billion.
Well,
And Star Wars is only 42 billion.
I don't know, figure, like, it's a
That's
TV
as far as
show.
total revenue goes.
Yeah, it's a TV show. Like, Star Wars
Also, that's
just
still
started
ongoing.
getting more movies out, so...
Yeah, like, Pokemon hasn't stopped putting out, like, new episodes, you know, since its inception. Like, since the anime started, they've not stopped making new ones. It's only been, like, you know, whatever season is a break in between.
Yeah.
It's just kept on rolling. But, actually, let's play a little game with this. What do you think's the third highest? Since the first is Pokemon and second is Star Wars.
Like, franchise?
Yes, media franchise.
Let me think. I want to say Disney.
Disney's a whole thing. Disney wouldn't be...
Okay, so...
You're looking at a franchise, not like a company.
Maybe not third, but it's gotta be in the top 10. Power Rangers?
That is a large nope, sir.
Yeah, because I heard Hasbro just bought out Power Rangers from Japan for like 500 million, was it?
I don't know, but they're not on the list.
Not even in the top 10?
Nope. I'd be up the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, top 20? Yeah, top 20. They're not in that list. Which is kind of surprising, you'd think, because they sold a lot of toys.
Oh yeah, they still do.
Yeah, like, I'm surprised it wouldn't be in here, but it's not in here.
Surprising. So
Yeah.
what's number 3?
Orion, you got a guess yet?
I don't even know.
Try Harry Potter.
Oh, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
Followed by James Bond. Followed by Call of Duty. Well, with a game almost every year, yeah, that makes sense. After that's The Simpsons. Then Star Trek. Wait, Ice Age is up here? What the fuck?
I would say, like,
Ice Age!
Frozen.
It beats out Jurassic
Frozen up
Park.
there.
It's right underneath it.
How does Ice Age beat out Jurassic Park?
I have no idea. That's insane to me. Mortal
about-
Kombat comes after that.
Did you say Mortal Kombat?
Yep.
Beats out,
That's underneath Jurassic Park.
how
like-
far down are you on the list?
3, 6, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mortal Kombat is 10th.
Huh.
Jurassic Park is 9th. Ice Age is 8th.
Jurassic Park's coming out with a new movie this summer, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. There are a couple others in here. Family Guy is the 20th one.
Interesting.
Yeah. Saw is above that one. X-Files is in there. G.I. Joe, Matrix, Terminator. I think that wears that out. Anything else we want to bring up as a little prelude?
No.
Then I guess we should get into it, shouldn't we?
So, this one isn't necessarily 100% Japanese, even though it was made by Studio Madhouse, I think? Help me out, Brandon?
Double checking. 1 second. It was produced... Music Studio Gonzo.
Oh,
Is what I
Studio
have here.
Gonzo. Okay.
Licensed by Madman Entertainment, so that's probably where you're getting it.
Madman.
Well, that's
Madman.
that's out of Australia.
Okay.
North America's Funimation. Gonzo's the studio.
Mm-hmm. But this doesn't have a Japanese cast that I could find?
It doesn't even have a Japanese dub, which surprises me.
Really?
Nope. This was only brought over here and Australia.
So, Orion, Afro Samurai.
Yeah.
That's the title. Afro Samurai. What do you think this is about?
Oh, I know what it's about, dude.
Oh!
Good then.
We
Wasn't,
are good.
What the hell is his name? Sam Jackson do voice for him? Yeah. I watched, I think like the first season or something like that, or half of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was 5 episodes, so pretty much.
Oh, okay. Then I did watch the whole thing.
Yep.
I honestly thought there was more.
There was a movie sequel in 2009.
But it aired on Spike TV. So, who knows if you watched that or not. I missed it because of that. I didn't even know it existed, really.
Until I brought it up.
Good.
I had heard of it before that, but I had never realized what it was. Because I hadn't really looked up Afro since I watched it on Adult Swim.
I saw the director's cut movie version of this, so it was like 2 hours, all 5 episodes back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more like I just said, a movie than a series. So
Actually,
I'm not too sure what's different between the series cut
there's a
and the
couple of
movie
extra
cut.
scenes from what I understand.
Okay.
I would also want to point this out because I was looking for a Japanese dub of this just because I'm like, I remember the English dub well enough and the character voices. So I'm like, let's see what the Japanese dub looks like. Literally one of the forum posts I found was like, it's Samuel fucking L. fucking Jackson. You do not need anything else.
Yeah.
I'm like, fair enough, but what if I want to listen to other people's voices besides Samuel L. Jackson? What if I want to go and listen to like what everyone else has to say, but Afro stays the same?
But how can Ninja still be Ninja with anybody else but Samuel L. Jackson being as, and not to be racist here, as black as possible?
I mean, have you listened to the entirety of the cast? A good chunk of them are like out of the ghetto.
Yeah.
Which, this is set in Japan too. So where are all these ghetto voices coming from?
Although, Phil Lamar, who voiced Samurai Jack, was one of the henchmen of the brothers.
He should have been like
Or
a
the
main
Empty Seven.
The MT7. Which I noticed, there were 6 of them.
I looked into that. The 7th one apparently is God?
What?
It's answered in the sequel series or sequel movie. I mean, you realize that, Brother 3 survives.
Yes.
He's
And
not dead.
From what I understand, he is in the sequel as a major antagonist?
I don't know. I didn't look that closely.
Okay.
I only looked into, why wasn't there a number 7?
It's kind of like from, not Katamari, Cromartie. In the manga for Cromartie, they have the 5 great ones. No, the 4 great ones made up of 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
With face paint like Kiss. I think I brought this up during the Cromartie episode.
You
Hey,
probably did.
go back and watch it. It's funny.
It's also very rough.
Yes.
I think that was the first one we did.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, it's rough.
Maybe not
Maybe
the
you'll
best.
remember Andrew.
Yes.
Because I'm starting to forget about him, unfortunately. It's been so long. It's been so long.
Maybe he'll be back to join us during season 3.
Perhaps. We'll find out. On a future episode at some point, maybe.
Hopefully. So, Ryan, what do you remember about Afro Samurai?
The main thing I remember, I think,
Was it lots of blood? Was that one thing you remember?
Yeah, it was very gory. is pretty dope.
I wouldn't say gory. I'd just say that they really like their blood sprays.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see, organs hanging out anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Is blood supposed to spray that much? Like a freaking geyser?
No, it's dramatics. That's literally all it is.
So, I think the first episode has a guy with a rocket launcher, right?
Yes, that is the first episode.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry, hold on. Let me rephrase that. It's a motherfucking RPG. It's a motherfucking RPG.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I remember was him fighting that dude and maybe a couple other things, but it's been a while since I saw it.
I have problems with, like, I don't want to knock on it because the series is fucking hilarious. Like, for stupid reasons, it's funny to me.
Indeed.
But I had to ask this when I saw the first episode. I'm like, and I asked this question a lot. What fucking era are we in? Because we have an RPG, we have tons of samurai swords, we have a repeating crossbow at one point.
We have cell phones.
Guns, revolvers, cell phones, night vision goggles, robots. What time period? Where are we? What's going on?
Feudal, futuristic Japan.
They're in, like, tradition. All the buildings are literally, like, traditional-looking Japanese buildings, too. Nothing that looks current.
Well, maybe technology moved along, but architecture stayed the same?
That wouldn't make sense. Like, if nothing else, they'd at least improve the materials. Like, there's wastelands everywhere, apparently. Or at least around the mountain area.
Yeah.
Like, I don't... It's just so stupid. Like, there's no reconciling this whatsoever into a time period or anything that makes sense.
But that makes this fun.
Like, short of literally someone saying that Justice, which is, the main antagonist, the target for Afro's revenge, like, unless him having that #1 headband is what's fucking everything up in terms of, like, time and space and, like, technology and shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
And did you know this started off as a dosenshi?
What's the definition of that?
I believe dosenshi, also called doujin, is fan-made comics.
Yes, okay, yes.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
So usually based around, like, mangas of, like, mainstream mangas, but I think the exact term of dosenshi is self-publishing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe once it got big, I believe it actually got a manga remake with a very different ending.
Okay.
He does not fight Justice in the end, because Justice is already dead.
He was kind of that way at the end of the anime, but apparently, like, all the people Afro has killed revitalized him in some way. Like, my assumption was, like, they use blood as a representation in this, but I kind of felt it would be more like the headband somehow absorbed the souls or the power of the dead, and the #2 headband transferred that into the person with the #1. That was just my interpretation, but who knows, right? Short of me directly asking the creator, who knows? Let me go ahead and just ask you about, let me say it already, the voice acting.
Oh, I just love the voice acting.
It's so ridiculously corny. Like, when I first heard 2 speak again, I'm like, wait, hold on, you're like a monk character. Why is this your voice? Like, it's so stupid. Hey, it's Brother 2 here. What the hell? This?
They want, like, a more somber voice for a monk?
It's a monk. I'm like, at least be stoic. Like, when I heard 1 and he's got, like, the gospel preacher voice, I'm like, all right, fine, I will buy that. That works. Like, almost all the others, I'm cool with. I like their voices. Like, even 3, who doesn't talk almost at all. And the fact that he has the ridiculous sounding like Southern drawl voice is great. And the only reason that works is because he doesn't talk much. It's like seeing the big beefy bodyguard and then him having that tiny squeaky voice to go with his body.
And, what's that one movie? Oh crap, The Warriors. That's, although I haven't seen The Warriors, I just know the line, like, can you dig it? And that guy's just instantly reminded me of that one line.
I mean, what was it, episode?
Sucker!
Then, of course, we have episode 2, where we have all the flashbacks, and we have the sex scene.
Who is voiced by Lucy Liu.
Apparently, yeah, I didn't even realize that until I looked it up.
This had a few big name voices in.
Yeah, right? We had this entire thing, right? And I had forgotten that apparently she had grown up with Afro at one point, and that they were the same person. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right! As soon as the flashbacks started. But it's like as we're seeing more of these flashbacks as the anime goes on, it's like, how much older was Afro compared to her?
Because they seem the same age now.
Well, like, there are points in the flashback where she's, like, not grown up, but Afro's, like, twice as tall as he used to be. Like, even at the end, when he, like, graduates from the Swordmaster School, she hasn't grown at all. But Afro's essentially, like, I'm going to say, like, 16 at that point. Maybe a little older. And I'm going to be like, were you 18 and she was 4? What's going on here?
I don't think there was that much of a difference.
No, but, like, the anime, like, the look of them, it could have been, as far as I could tell. Because she never grew. Like, her character never changed in all of those flashbacks. Afro did. Like, we had, the young Afro, who was, I'm gonna say, maybe 7. Then we had, like, the young adult Afro at one point, who's, like, 14. And then we have him when he graduates, and what I'm assuming is, like, 16 or 17.
When you say it like that, it sounds like the show is about an actual Afro.
Well, I mean, that's the only name he goes by. And when I'm like, is that just the title that people have given him? But no, he literally just goes by Afro Samurai.
But did his father also go by Afro Samurai?
It was never mentioned. Like, his actual name, I think, is Renosuke or something like that.
Afro or Afro's father?
Afro's father. But I don't know. I don't think, because I don't think he had an Afro, at least not when we saw him in that first episode. Like, he had it tied back in more of like a ponytail kind of thing.
And my main question, I know Ninja is imaginary, but why could number 2 see him? Because through the night vision goggles, he's looking at Ninja, then slowly pans over to Afro.
It's never really explicitly explained, right? Because Ninja even stops Kuma's attack at one point, but nobody has ever paid any attention to him. Nobody even talks to him except Afro.
Is it because he's so out of place that everybody's like, I want nothing to do with you?
I don't know. Like, even when that first fight starts with the guy that's got, like, the big repeating crossbow, he doesn't target Ninja at all. Like, he doesn't even seem to realize Ninja's there. It's so weird, because he has some kind of physical presence. He's able to stop Kuma's blade and take the hit instead of it reaching Afro.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody pays attention to him. Even when Kuma hits him, Kuma doesn't even look at him, really. Like, it's extremely weird. And Kuma's right there ready to kill Afro, no problems. No questions asked. So it's a weird thing. Also, in the sequel series, he comes back. It's never explained how.
Well, maybe because he's on a mission by himself again. I don't know, I didn't see it. He needs a friend or a partner on his journey, so he reimagines Ninja back into existence?
Look, You're shooting in the dark, man. I have no idea.
Yeah, because
I haven't watched it.
Because Ninja like disappeared into like this green ether, and he said like it was fun hanging with you, man. Gotta see you later or something.
Yeah, like for the longest time, I thought it was just like I thought it was in Afro's head, and it was just a personification of something in his head. Like whether it was his actual like humanity or whatnot, I don't know. I thought that's what it was. And when he dies, it's basically the symbology of like Afro finally throwing away his like all of his humanity or something like that. Because Ninja's the one that's telling him to, or either that or Ninja could be his doubts, right? Because he's constantly telling Afro to like slow down, go a different way. This way looks dangerous. We should just go around. It might take us a little longer. So I don't know what he is. He's something in Afro's head. If he's a personification of something, I don't know. It's a toss-up. I couldn't tell you. He somehow has physical attributes because he catches stuff that Afro throws at him or that he throws at Afro. I don't know. It's weird.
And I just thought, for being such the badass that he is, he always orders lemonade, well chilled.
Here's my question, right? Also, he has a special straw to drink it out of, apparently. He just carries that around. Granted, we only see that in the first episode. We never see that anywhere else. He never takes it out anywhere else, and I don't know why.
Does this conversation bring back any memories for you, Orion?
No. No, it does not.
Not even him drinking lemonade.
No.
Here's what I want to know. All right?
Yes.
Here's what I want to know. I don't know if that's edited or not to be lemonade, right? Because at one point it seemed like he's drinking it out of a sake saucer. At other points, it seems so out of place of all things. Like, we have all this blood, we have all this violence, but he's drinking lemonade. Like, it could have been tea, it could have been sake, it could have been anything, really. Especially when he drinks the lemonade, right, in the flashback, but apparently everyone else is, like, so grossed out.
But it's too sour.
No, I'm sorry. I feel like it was changed.
Are
like,
you
it was probably
saying this is
something else.
Are you saying this is a sandwich rice ball thing from Pokemon? Are you saying 4Kids screwed this up somehow?
I'm saying that 4Kids may have put the idea into somebody's head to change alcohol to lemonade. Yes.
Damn it, 4Kids!
It just seems so out of place. Like, it's such a serious, it's a series that's taking itself so seriously. I feel so out of place.
How is Ninja taking himself seriously?
He's the one comedy character. Come on.
Okay.
We're talking about Afro himself, who's deadpan and serious. Lemonade does not fit to me. It seems like it was changed from something else.
But why? This is TVMA.
I don't know. Maybe they did it in, like, reference to something? Because remember, like, in the first episode, he walks into what's essentially a saloon and orders a lemonade, and everyone starts laughing at him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is the whole thing a reference to Back to the Future, where Marty walks in and orders a milk?
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
Because there's plenty of movie references in this series. Oh, yeah. Well, remember when Afro shows, Afro Droid shows up?
What's that a reference to?
That one specifically, I think, is a reference to Metal Sonic.
Oh.
From, like, the Sonic series, right?
Oh.
But when he comes back the second time, he's Terminator. When he, like, loses all the skin and flesh, he's Terminator.
Now that you say it, that makes sense.
When Kuma takes off the head, he's Darth Vader without the helmet.
I did notice he had very Darth Vader breathing.
Yeah, he's Vader. Then you got Justice when he gets up there. The design for Justice is just Freddy Krueger dressed as a cowboy. You've got movie references in here all over the place. The lemonade could very well just be another nod.
Wow, I might have to watch this again.
Like, The way Afro Droid is introduced, it feels like it's Metal Sonic from the Sonic series. When he comes back and he loses all the skin and flesh that's, hiding the metal underneath, he's Terminator. Kuma is Darth Vader. Justice is Freddy Krueger. There are so many movie references in here. And I'm sure there's more that I'm not aware of or noticing. Like, potentially subtler ones. It's nuts. Like, it took me a little bit until, like, the last episode where I got to see him again before I pinned down what Justice reminded me of. But I'm like, no. He's just straight up Freddy Krueger cosplaying a cowboy.
Wasn't Freddy Krueger in a cowboy getup in one of the kill scenarios?
He might have been? I don't know.
Probably a cowboy kill.
But, it was so weird noticing these things. I'm just like, wow, okay. Apparently Samuel L. Jackson wanted to be reminded of his time when he was part of the Star Wars franchise, I guess.
Mace Windu.
Oh, yeah. Mace Windu never got a chance to fight Darth Vader, so, we put him in here now. They just don't have lightsabers. And Darth Vader's wielding 2 lightsabers rather than 1.
But the choreography was so good in this.
Oh, yeah, no, the animation's great. Like, this series even won awards for it, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
But, yeah, it's very, very good. I mean, a part of the series is just, I don't know, it's weird to me in that it's a revenge story. That's the entirety of what the series is.
I believe
and maybe that's recontextualized in the second season, or the sequel movie, whatever.
I believe at one point he says, nothing personal, it's just revenge.
Yeah, that's literally what he says to a bunch of, assassins that were hired to kill him in the first episode. And I'm just sitting there like, it's not even revenge, it's the fact that you attacked him first. Also, I'm curious who hired them to take the number 2 headband. Because they don't directly say it was the MD7. It could have been, because 2 was there watching everything.
But maybe they wanted it for themselves, so they could be number 2.
That's the other... Well, they said they were hired.
Oh, okay.
The leader said he was hired. We could assume that it's the MD7 because 2 was there, or it could just be that 2's still there gathering reconnaissance. Also, here's the other thing, right? When Afro Droid is first introduced, I think one says it took, millions of man-hours just to craft his hair.
Oh, yes!
And I'm like, how long have you been studying Afro to get all this shit down? If it took millions of man-hours just to craft his hair?
Well, they needed something as synthetic as human hair on a robot.
Millions of man-hours! How much time were they studying Afro?
Couldn't they use their own body hair for reference?
It's not even that it's not even the hair, right? It's the fact that they've been studying him. I'm curious how many years they were studying him in order to get this stuff down. Also, I'd love to know how Kiku was taking his memories, because that's never explained either.
Yeah?
Because the idea
with that hair clip?
The idea is oh no, we're taking his memories and then we're going to implant them into the Afro droid, so we have an Afro copy to fight Afro. Cough, cough, Metal Sonic fighting regular Sonic. But how is she draining his memories exactly? Because apparently it's on her cell phone at some point, and she's transferring it into a chip to destroy it because she's decided she wants to betray them?
Yeah?
I don't understand how she was doing it. And it would have been nice to understand how. Because all Afro was doing, as far as I could tell, was eating and sleeping until the last day when he started doing his exercises again. Also, Kuma's revenge doesn't make sense. I know I'm bringing up problems here, but it doesn't make sense. Why is he angry at Afro? I kind of get the idea of I'm angry at him because he killed our master, right? But the master brought this shit down on himself by carrying around the number 2 headband.
And there are multiple headbands that revealed in the end.
Yes.
So does this mean there was a hierarchy at some point that only number 3 could fight number 2, only number 4 could fight number 3, but now that Justice has all, let's say, 20, everybody goes after number 2.
That seems to be what's implied, right? Although it seems to me that from the way Justice talked, it was actually Afro's dad that gathered all of those headbands.
Oh.
But for whatever reason, he either never found or got distracted by Afro when he was going after the number 2. Because remember, Justice says like once you have all of the headbands, you essentially become a god.
Huh.
Because apparently these things are like ancient treasures of some kind that hold power.
And I found the headbands to be way too long.
It's part of the style, but it looks cool. Look, I know you're upset that it doesn't say Ninja number 1 or Ninja number 2 on there, all right? I get that. I get it.
We seriously have to watch more of those movies.
Oh, God, they're so bad.
They're hilariously bad, though.
Oh, it hurts my brain to watch them.
What? Which movies?
Godfrey Ho movies.
Oh.
I will have to show you one of them, Orion. It is so deliciously horrible.
I don't like the way you describe the movie as delicious.
It hurts my brain. So many plot holes that don't make sense.
And the movie is over the second the main villain is defeated. The exact second the villain is killed, roll credits.
Wait, you're talking Afro?
No, Godfrey Ho movies.
Okay, yes. Like, it's so goddamn stupid. Like, there's a fucking movie where we're talking about ninjas, and apparently ninjas don't wield swords anymore, or even shurikens, they just wield guns.
Billy, a ninja in training, carries a machine gun with him.
Billy's also Asian, apparently, too.
Yes, who never interacts with the main character of the movie, who is a white ninja from California.
With a pedo stash. And also, I believe said ninja master wears camouflage.
Yes, Ninja Master Gordon.
It hurts my brain so badly.
Okay,
I hate it so much.
My brain's scrambled.
But back to real ninjas and real samurai.
Yeah, I think Afro's dad collected all of those excess headbands, and I think, because the way Justice talks, it seems like he wanted to throw away the number 1 headband as well. I think he was going to try to, like, stop people from collecting them and just end the cycle of whatever this whole kill or be killed attitude for these headbands was. But, again, I don't know if he was distracted when Afro was born. I don't know if he couldn't deal with it anymore, because Justice does say he seemed like he was tired of all the killing. But for whatever reason, he never finished collecting what he started.
Headbands, gotta catch 'em all!
Believe it.
Believe it.
But, I don't know. My other question would be, like, what's the economy in this world? I'm getting into the world problems because who's in charge of everything? Is it just the number 1? In which case, what does currency mean? Does he decide what, like, a coin is worth?
I think you're looking a little bit too deep into a backstory that isn't there.
Oh, no, I know I am. It just doesn't make sense, and I like to point it out.
So what you're hoping for is a potential backstory to Afro Samurai that explains the world.
Oh, I don't care if it exists or not. I just like to complain about it. I love pointing shit out that doesn't make sense like this.
Did you know there was a video game side story?
Yes, I did, and I know that the sequel to that side story got canceled and everybody got refunds.
Oh.
Because it was so bad.
The game was bad?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I think it was, it came out on Steam and PlayStation 4. It was The Revenge of Kuma. You got to play as Kuma. And then, I believe within a month of it being out, people, they recalled it. It was terrible. Everybody got refunds for it, and it was essentially erased.
I was talking about the original in 2009.
Yeah, there was...
Oh.
There was was it Revenge of Kuma, I believe?
Which was 2015? And there was Afro Samurai for Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Revenge of Kuma is the one I'm talking about, which was a sequel to the first game.
I had no idea.
And it ended up, widely negative reviews from critics, originally planned to be released in 3 volumes. Versus Evil removed Revenge of Kuma from all platforms, issued refunds, and canceled the 2 other volumes. The Xbox One version was never released. So yeah, I heard terrible shit about it. I never got to try it. I remember I played a demo for the original Afro Samurai game, though. But yeah, 2 was completely deadpanned. Like, honestly, if I was going to compare it to anything, it's literally like the most recent version of an NES ET.
Atari 2600.
Oh, yeah, okay. That, yes. The Atari 2600 ET. It's literally our current day version of that. Because I haven't seen anything come out and then immediately be erased that quickly. And as far as I'm aware, I think this was only ever a digital release, not a physical one. Because it was coming out in volumes. So there shouldn't be, unless, you were working for the company or something. I don't think there would ever have been a physical version of this.
I will have to look at it on YouTube just to see how horrible it is.
I've heard a lot of bad stuff about a lot of it being the controls and stuff.
Oh.
And just game-breaking glitches.
Oh, so it's like Infinite Knuckles jumping?
It's worse because it wasn't exploitable, I guess. Polygon called it one of the worst games of 2015.
Giant Bomb called it the worst game of the year.
Second worst game of 2015 according to aggregate review website Metacritic.
Wow.
Imagine being that company.
Oh, yeah.
That would be...
Wow. They even just straight up called the game a failure, and that's the developer that's saying that. Yeah, wow. Given the game quality was not what people were expecting, it didn't sell like hotcakes, we'll just put it like that.
And I generally like to play bad games because I love bad movies. I love, well, maybe not bad television because that's always debatable on whether something's funny or something's horrible.
It depends on what you like. Some people just really like to watch cringy shit.
Yeah, but I'll pick up a crappy video game or emulate a crappy video game just so I could laugh at how bad it is.
Good luck. I don't know how easy it's going to be to find.
You could probably find, all of, ROM packs.
Yeah, but it's still, complete. You'll only have Volume 1. 2 and 3 were never finished.
Yeah, and then again, I don't have a PS4.
Yeah, this was PS4, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, it did release on Steam, so there's a PC version out there somewhere.
Yeah. And just like
so you
that...
can probably find that.
Just like that Flintstones game that I showed you that crashed, so sadly we don't have footage of me playing through that, but I think that got a 1 and a 0.5 from, the places I read about it. And I'm like, oh my...
It wasn't even that bad.
Oh, but the controls on my end were horrible.
I mean... To be fair, you were technically playing a ROM.
Yes.
So it was an original.
Yes.
I feel that's just worth mentioning. I mean, obviously you were playing the original. What am I saying?
Wink.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Say no more.
Say no more. Oh, God. But yes, Afro Samurai, back to that. We did get that ending, which did tease us a bit, with Kuma coming in, just apparently wearing all the headbands.
Oh,
I guess
yes.
Afro released all but the number 1 back into the wild.
You're free, headbands! You're free now! Go! Go!
Did he leave the skulls attached to them, too? He just started throwing those off the mountain? Is this like Vegeta on Namek throwing the Dragon Balls out of Frieza's ship? Just across the world? Just start throwing skulls everywhere. Somebody gets hit by one, dies. Tooth is just lodged in their forehead. Oh, God. But yeah, apparently I assume they were all released back into the world. I don't know what the world looks like now that Afro is apparently God. Who knows? Apparently Kuma's died before, which I guess technically actually, that's another good question. Like, when Afro first beats Kuma, right? How does he get repaired? Does he go back to the scientist guy
And
that created him?
is Kuma getting more and more machine each time?
It could be. It could be. Also, yeah, right. This is something I forgot, right? I didn't get to finish my thought on this. The whole idea of Kuma's revenge being stupid. I get that he hates Afro for technically killing his master, but the master puts him in that position. The master says either walk away and forget the number 2 headband or kill me and take it. Then the group shows up that's there to take the number 2, just a bunch of bandits and assassins or whatnot. And the number 2's, the master's getting stabbed multiple times by these people as he's taking them out. Then the students try to throw themselves at this group to try to help their master, only to then die one by one. For whatever reason, Kuma is still blaming Afro for all of this, all of them, for all of their deaths. And I'm just like, but how? You could argue that maybe because Afro wasn't fast enough to save them, but they chose to get in the fight. Afro had nothing to do with these people showing up.
But don't you understand? Afro has a magic golden ninja headband that everybody wants.
He didn't have any golden ninja headband at the time.
Godfrey Ho reference.
I know, but I'm pointing out that your reference doesn't work.
Crap.
He didn't have a headband. Everybody was there for the number 2 that was on the master. So it's the master's fault, not Afro's. On top of that, right, he blames Afro for, what's the girl's name again? Otsuki or something? Otsuki, I think?
Yeah.
He blames Afro for her death, right? But in the flashback, we see both Otsuki and Kuma being brought in to the Empty Seven. So did Kuma never know she was with him there?
Maybe.
Or is he referencing the fact that she died in episode 2?
I think in episode 2.
Because, like, again, we never see him until he shows up. You know, current timeline until episode 4. And he doesn't say anything. Like, we don't get any reference to him realizing that she died in episode 2. We get the flashback where he thinks she died there with all the other students. We don't know whether or not he and her worked together. Again, this could be answered in season 2. Who knows? I sure as hell don't because I haven't watched it.
I don't believe it was released as a series. I think it was exclusively a movie.
Whatever, my point still stands.
Okay.
I don't know if it's referenced in there at all as to why. It's just, again, it's one of those things like, I don't really understand why you're angry specifically. Yes, he killed your master, but doesn't that mean you have to grow up, get stronger, and protect everyone? Like, they all got involved in protecting the master, even though the master told them to run. So they directly disobeyed the master, and as such, all of them died.
Sucks to be them.
It's not Afro's fault. You can't lay the blame at his feet for that. He didn't bring any of those guys there. It was all because of your own master.
And like you were saying, maybe this is another movie reference that we're not getting.
It could be. Like, I get the idea. Well, actually, even Kuma's resurrection into, well, what he becomes is straight up just stolen from Star Wars, really. Just the age, the rage and anger and grief boiling within him is keeping him alive. And then he gets resurrected in his, like, robot body. It becomes Vader. Like, it's just stripped straight from the prequels. It's great. Oh, man. I think that's it.
So
I don't really have
any
anything
of
else
this
to
sound familiar,
find.
Ryan, now that we're finished?
No, I think I only watched the first episode.
You should really watch the other 5. They're only like the other 4. They're only like a half hour long.
All right.
Yep.
Not that long. It's a good one.
Also,
Maybe watch the sequel movie or series or whatever it is.
when
I'll
did
try to do
the
that.
show come out?
2007.
Okay, that's probably the last time I watched it. So, oh yeah.
And next week will be something Weird, to say the least.
A bit strange, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Perhaps something might fall.
Okay, that's giving too much. Alright, laters.
Bye.
Yeah.